Hey guys, welcome back to AZ Triumphster. Where you at, Bill? There you are. Alright, and then, you know, Micah. There's that. Hey. So, we're here at Dean Speed today, doing all kinds of things and stuff. But, once we wrap up some electrical on Bill's bike, we're shifting focus over here to the KZ frame, and that's the old motor. So basically what we've got is the motor that was no good. I just kind of put it back together, brought all the engine mounting pieces that will allow us to put it back in this frame, which will help support its structure while we'll just say we're going to do stuff to the frame. So I'll keep you guys posted. Okay, here we are. Bill. Where's Micah? There he is. Rehydrating. So we got the motor in the frame, all the bolts in, all the hardware, minus this top mount here, which I don't think is going to be too much of an issue, since what we're doing, which is top secret, is going to have to do with this part to the rear. So, but yeah. So what's our plan now? We're going to move it to a different table. Do we like this table?
Chop, chop.
Yeah, lay out and chop.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, we're getting to it.
5 1.5 inches.
Yeah. So it's 1.42, so that'd be like 1 3/8, or if you want to go Continental, 36 millimeter.
Yeah. So that's where we're at. Where'd the rest of it go?
Right over here.
Oh, right down there. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys didn't already, figure out what we're up to, I think it's pretty obvious now. So now we're gonna start mocking up the rest of it. So yeah, here we go. Hey guys, welcome back to AZ Triumphster. We got Bill over here. Where's David? David's in the shop, hanging out, working today. We're waiting for Micah to show up. And we've got a few things we're doing today. We're actually taking instead of the motor out of the frame at this point, we could just slide the frame off the motor once we get it all unbolted. But we need to do some work to the frame to prep it for what we're going to do next. And we also had something come in yesterday that's going to help us kind of figure out the aesthetics of what we're doing going forward. So we'll show you that in a minute. Alright, so the motor's out of the frame, and we've been cleaning up the backbone, cleaning these up. Man, that is unfocused. What is going on? There we go. So, and then we got Micah over here working on something. Alright, what are you making?
Adapter, so that way we go from the 1.5 inch 120 wall, which is going to be the bend of the spine, to the original frame, which is a little bit over. It's metric to standard adapter, basically.
Oh, I see.
So this is going to slide over here.
Yep.
And that's going to slide inside the frame.
Inside the frame, backbone. Okay. Cool, man. All right, let's keep going.
All right, so that's going to be the backbone size. It's going to go in there. Good fit. And now we're testing on the spine of the bike itself. There.
Oh! Like
there.
a glove.
And then I left a little bit of a chamfer so that way we can weld it all the way through to the base.
Look at
for
that.
maximum strength.
Dude, for real. Dope. Alright, so we just finished cutting that cross piece. Micah's finishing cleaning it up. Ooh, pretty.
Yeah.
Alright, show me what it's going to do.
That's going to be the support
Kind of, sort of.
in between the frame rails. Not necessarily here, but in the bike itself.
I mean, it's like... However we
goes.
just had it. There it is. Okay, beautiful. Alright, so then we find our center line and hole saw, right? Okay. Cool, man.
Gotta make sure that both claws grab. There we go.
Yep.
And the mandrel's gonna go inside, support the inside of the tube, so that way it doesn't collapse when you bend it. Just gonna pull it along. Simple as.
Well, there you go. Fancy. Oh, you didn't clean it up?
No, I gotta make sure it fits before I do more cleanup work. You're so mean.
Well, now that's something. Let's throw that, what is it, degree finder on there?
Yeah.
Off by half a degree. That's like perfect. And then yeah, we have a little bit of adjustability.
Yeah.
That's perfect, man.
So yeah.
That turned out great. All right, so that backbone, proximity wise, is going to end up being closer to the motor, actually about an inch from the rear of the motor. But what we established from a common or not moving reference point was from there, 34 inches back, is the factory wheelbase, which is right there. And we're trying to maintain that as best we can within reason, and also try to maintain a decent ride height or ground clearance. So what do you got?
So I'm thinking of simulating a tube for backbone.
Okay.
So that way your hoop right here, so that way you have your pivot point and suspension in the inside or within the hoop. So that way it's the first point back, and it keeps your width proper, and it keeps your wheelbase from getting crazy long.
Okay.
That's bad.
All right, we got some things taped up, and the tank on. Trying to step back far enough to where you guys can see this, but yeah, that's just a piece of tubing through the neck to kind of simulate that line, that angle of the front forks or eventual Springer front end. And then the tank actually would sit back a little bit further. This backbone, this vertical piece here, would sit a little bit closer to the rear of the engine. But ultimately what we were trying to do was, what was the angle again we were matching? So it was this backbone angle.
Yeah, 17 degrees through top and bottom.
Yeah, so this one right here is 17 degrees, and the way this is bent, this is 17 degrees. Well, the inverse, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Right. So so there's some symmetry there, and we achieved it. And while we were able to achieve that, we marked the factory wheelbase length. It's right about where the end of this tape is, and as you can see, we really didn't sacrifice much of the factory wheelbase. The ride height right now with the frame is 4 inches. The ground clearance is a hair under 3. But this just looks so awesome, right?
Digging it, man.
Yeah, this is great. All right, well, we finally got done cleaning up, putting everything back where it belonged. It was a great day. I mean, so the way that all came together, I told Micah and Bill that up until that point today, I had pretty much, I knew what the various pieces were going to be. I just couldn't really see how it was supposed to all come together, how we were supposed to make it work, juggle the pieces, and tack it all together, all that stuff. Obviously we haven't tacked it together yet, but the point being that it was at that point, today, now, seeing it, that it made sense, which is awesome. Seeing the overall picture come together, the wheelbase, the ride height, the tank on the frame. We tried different backbone angles, see what lines we wanted to complement. Ultimately went with the rear of the motor, drawing a parallel line to that. I think that's going to look good. Although Bill insisted on a different one, as well as spiderweb gussets as motor mounts. So he was really pushing for that. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. At least the little bit that we covered in this short video. I mean, that was the... Gosh, so we cut it. Yeah, we really haven't spent a lot of time on it, so far. I suppose the next part is going to be the most effort as far as like time going into it, because we'll be measuring and cutting the pieces, bending them, making sure the left and right side frame rails are identical, putting everything together, tacking it in place, checking all the measurements, making any adjustments we need to make. So
But there's one factor that I haven't really given a lot of information on yet, because I'm kind of keeping it a little bit under wraps until I can show you guys with enough information, picturing, you know, visually, to show you what my vision is for the rear of the bike and potentially the front too. So, but until then, stay in suspense. But yeah, thanks guys, and stay safe out there.